Do you have any basketball talent? How good are you at basketball?
No good. No, I was a better football player, better baseball player.
Well, how'd you end up a basketball coach?
I tried out for the basketball team at Boston College, got cut. Tom Davis, who was the head coach there, saw some passion, some energy, some emotion, and I didn't want to just like no means not yet to me, right? I know that's not a safe slogan these days, but
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I became a manager, and then I became a student assistant, and then I became the director of marketing, and then I just hung on. And my senior year, he got the job at Stanford, and he asked me to go with him, and that's how I got my start.
And we've talked about this, where you were there with the Boston College scandal, the point shaving.
Yeah.
But you knew nothing. Did you sense anything that was going on there?
There was times during some games when some of our more aggressive offensive players weren't taking shots. And then there were some times when some of the players that were accused to be involved missed layups that they probably, well, you'd think, God, how in the world can you miss that?
Yeah.
So, but I had no idea there was any connection along those lines. It's just sort of in hindsight, you look back and it makes you wonder.
But when you saw that documentary, when you saw the 30 for 30, that takes you back in time, and you're right there. What did you think?
That the guys were victims, that they were preyed upon in a lot of ways as young kids, and it's our job as coaches and administrators to try to protect them, to understand these things are possible.
But how nervous are you now with just the advent of open gambling now? It just feels like this is almost becoming commonplace in sports, and we're talking about college athletics as well.
You know, you talk to the guys about it, but you're right, it would be the same thing if somebody could get at our guys and understand that, you know, what's in it for them. I mean, I'm at the Final Four. I'm not exactly what's in my contract, but I'm sure there's a nice bonus in there for being here.
Wait, you don't know if you get a bonus?
I honestly don't know, because you know why I don't know? I've not looked at it. I'm trying to separate the two. I really am, just in my own mind, going, look, I'm grinding. I'm focused on next opponent. I do recognize that this is going to mean some security for myself and my family, which is a blessing. And I tell my guys, look, I'm 59 years old. I've worked really hard for this, and it's coming. It's coming. I wish we were able to compensate them more now for their efforts. I got a great idea. How about an annuity? How about just this? I said, rather than just paying the athletes, we have a much more realistic scholarship than we did before, which I think is great. And our families got to come to the Final Four with some travel expenses. I've been in a tournament where we'd go and parents couldn't go because they just couldn't afford the trip. Yeah. Or you'd get there, lose, and they got to go home immediately. And it was...
But how much money are we talking? What is Zion Williamson worth this year to college basketball?
Millions.
See, that's the hard part is, how do I separate him from a point guard at Iowa? How
do you separate him from a women's field hockey player at Iowa?
Well,
that's part of the issue is they're all student athletes, and they're all worth, and so what's fair? Listen, the system's not broken. I will say this, Dan. What was Zion Williamson worth a year ago in Spartanburg, South Carolina, compared to what he's worth 9 months later at Duke?
Yeah.
He got the platform, he took advantage of it, and so the system's not broken. I do think we're working to making it better by making a more realistic scholarship, and we're looking at ways that we can have the kids get more of a benefit than they're getting right now.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.